قال لي ياتي قال
By the way, this is the final of the women's 4x400 meter relay. This will be the final event of the evening. The 4x400 meter relay, as well as the, well, in the women and men, who start with the women, with Nigeria, Botswana, Namibia, Ethiopia, and Zambia. So Kenya did not start. So Nigeria, Botswana, and Zambia will fancy their chances of a gold medal.
Meanwhile, there's a medal presentation, and you can hear the national anthem of Nigeria in the background.
That's the final of the women's discus throw. Amachi Obiajeri.
And then Chioma Onyekwere.
Onyekwere is the games record holder and the African record holder. She was dethroned yesterday by Obiajiri. It was another really feisty competition in the women's discus throw.
Between
when the defending champion and the African games record and the African record holder is dethroned. Surely she wasn't going to let that go off easily.
When your teammate has played second fiddle to you for too long, they pick their moments and they have their moments in the limelight, and that's exactly what happened. But watch out, because this rivalry will be rekindled when these two teammates go head to head again. Kenya taking the bronze in the women's discus as we prepare for the 4x400 meters relay event. And you know, Kenya's absence is a big surprise.
It is a big surprise. I'm
Mary
sure
Mora potentially would have been going for a third gold medal.
She did run the heats yesterday. Mary Mora, she ran the last leg of the heats. Kenya already picked a bronze in the women, well, in the mixed 4x4. To anchor them home. But I think she's probably seeing enough competition. So.
And this opens the door to other teams to potentially snatch a medal. Nigerians will be favorites, but you never discount the Botswana team. Very strong when it comes to 400 meters.
I think Botswana and Nigeria is a straight fight for first and second. And certainly, I think Zambia will take the bronze. That's for sure. What is not sure is between Nigeria and Botswana, who gets the gold and who gets the silver.
The only thing I can say is run, Barbie, run. And let's see how far they can go as Cadman makes yet another attempt at 2.25. He failed at the first attempt. He has two more attempts. And the crowd is carrying him on.
Cadman
floats.
Doesn't scale it. You make a good point. What's the motivation?
It's a difficult place to be when your much coveted gold is already in your pocket, in the bag, and you are left out there on your own to lift yourself. How much risk will you be willing to take when you know that
more so, he's negotiating uncharted waters because he's never jumped this high.
But he's never been this comfortable in a crowd, because unlike anywhere else in the world where you probably have just a handful of people in the stadium cheering out for you, almost everybody in this stadium is cheering him on. It's a unique opportunity, and he has one more attempt to try and set a new personal best at 2.25. The gold medal is already in the bag, and you shall be hearing another national anthem for Ghana before the evening is over. In the meantime, the ladies are down on the tracks and on the marks, and they're off.
Off they go, the final of the women's 4x400 meter relays. The favorites, big Nigeria in the middle lane, out in lane 1. You can see that 2 lanes are missing in the middle. That's because 2 teams did not start, but Nigeria wouldn't care. They've gone out really strong out in lane 1. Zambia are on the outside lane running really strongly as well. And the first leg will be run in their various lanes all the way through to the end. But from the second leg onwards, you're allowed to cross onto the inner lane. It's Zambia, who have done really well to hold on to the lead as they come through. But the Nigerians have done really well. They've changed the baton quicker than anybody else, and they are off, being pursued by Zambia as well as Botswana. This is what it's going to be. Nigeria long gone. Zambia have overtaken Botswana themselves and are running in second place. That did indicate Nigeria, the big favorites here. Botswana themselves have fallen behind, too far behind, too quickly. But Zambia running really well as well. Just behind.
Well, they are, and it's Nigeria's race to lose at the moment. Botswana lost ground after the first leg was run, and the Nigerians will be very hard to catch. Botswana in third, the Zambians in second, Ethiopia.
And the Nigerians are flying right now.
Namibians.
They are the 4x400 meter mixed relay champions. They are the 4x100 meter women champions. They are the 4x100 meter men champion. And now they are leading in the 4x400 meter women. So far, clean sweep for Nigeria in every single relay event that has been run on this track. They have come to their West African rivals, Ghana. And look at Botswana coming through, as I indicated. They have snatched that second position from Zambia, Botswana, and now they will pursue Nigeria for that gold medal place.
It will seem to me that they have just a bit too much to do. There's no way they are catching the Nigerians, who are running a race against themselves and against the clock at the moment. But silver medal currently in the hands of the Botswana team, who are trying to claw back after a few errors in their first and second legs, caused them to fall behind.
Well, here's Nigeria coming through the home straight, running impeccably. It doesn't look like that's catching them. It's being a really well executed race. But look at Botswana and Zambia. The Zambian is coming strongly. My word, it's the bronze medal going to escape. Zambia going to turn bronze into silver, and they have done it on the line. My word! Zambia have shocked Botswana. It wasn't Nigeria's winning. That was the big story here. But it's Zambia who had been pipped.
Well, the Botswana athlete running the ankle leg went too hard at it, trying to get into the Nigerians. And with about 30 meters to go, she ran out of steam. And, you know, in the end, the Zambians came past. But where
and it's deja vu for Botswana again. It happened in Nigeria, pipped them right on the line, and they have allowed Zambia to come through and pip them with 10 meters to go to the silver medal.
You have to be full of admiration for the Zambian athlete running the ankle leg. Where did she get that second win from? Because she looked finished after the bend when they were coming into the home straight. But suddenly she seems to have found energy from deep within to haul the Zambians into the silver medal position.
And now Cadman with his very last attempt at 2.25. He doesn't scale it. That's the end of his evening. And he applauds. The crowd does a flip. Cadman celebrates. The whole stadium celebrates with him. And everyone else watching on the screen would have done that sue with him in front of their TV set. Cape Coast born, University of Ghana trained, University of Central Missouri.
You know, I just think...
Molded, and there he is. He's a bona fide superstar. Evans Cadman. Not many people knew about his game before these championships, and now everybody will remember his name. And Evans Cadman, gold for Ghana in the men's high jump.
Very charismatic, sharp, isn't he? With a flip and the Sioux celebration. I'm sure now he would go on a victory lap and take in the adulation of the crowd here at the University of Ghana Stadium. In the end, though, I just think and there he goes on that victory lap together with the other Ghanaian jumpers. Take note, Ghana had 3 jumpers in the finals, and Ghana has come through with a gold medal. In the end, I just think he just didn't have enough motivation. And if there was another athlete pushing him at 2.25, as we've seen him do, as we saw Benjamin Links do, perhaps he could have pulled off the jump. And here he goes. He goes to take the Commonwealth Hall flag. And I'm a proud alumni of Commonwealth Hall. University of Ghana. This is a home celebration. I mean,
the stadium is in full capacity now.
It's more home than usual because it's not just that he's running.
Started here, the former University of Ghana student these days competing for the University of Central Missouri. I can't say that much. He is too familiar with this stadium. He has competed here many, many years before sojourning to the United States. Evans Cadman. I covered him as a local athlete and now as an international superstar. When they see him, they will be asking for autographs. Oh my God, he's still got way too much energy.
And you know, the international audience is asking, what is that red flag? What does it represent? Well, it's a flag representing Commonwealth Hall, University of Ghana. Let
me just explain this. That's his hall of residence.
That was his residence when he was at the University of Ghana.
There you go.
And he wore the colors of the university to jump.
So he's a proud vandal. They call themselves vandals.
And you'd have seen them in the crowd because there's a huge turnout of Commonwealth Hall students and former students who call themselves the vandals. Vandal is an acronym. It's not in the sense that we know within the English definition. And he's gone for the flag, and he's celebrating with the vandals who've come to see him over the bar.
Those are the 3 Ghanaian hand jumpers.
And it's good. It's great for Ghana. You know, Ghana's had very good jumpers in the past, but you wouldn't say that jumping has been at the forefront of Ghana athletics. I'm sure the track athletes would have had more attention and coverage than the jumpers. But all that has changed now because everybody would want to have a piece of Evans Cadman now. And what a moment it is. But incredibly, Ghana makes a double gold in the high jump.
So meanwhile, the men's long jump final, the bronze medal went to Apollina of Cameroon. And this is one of the, this is one event we barely had any coverage of on the screen. It just happened on the blind side of everybody. Tricky Yasser, we saw him jump just once. He's got second place, the defending champion, so it means he's been dethroned. Yasser Tricky. He won the gold 5 years ago, but now he's got to settle for silver. And let's see who took that gold medal from Yasser Tricky. It's South Africa's Asande Mtembu. Massive congratulations to him, taking the trophy and the gold medal back to South Africa. It's an event they have dominated, with Luvo doing his thing and setting the African record from 2017. Luvo Manyonga. And the South African has come to Accra and he's taking the gold medal. And Luvo would be proud of him.
Well, he takes a jump with he takes the gold with a medal of with a jump of 7.86 meters. Not close to the game's record, which is held by the Ghanaian long jump coach Ignatius Geiser, who is in the stadium looking on, but he would love every bit of it. The young South African And it's quite interesting, Fence, that in this long jump event, we found a lot of the triple jump athletes competing. We've seen Fire Amath in the triple jump. He came back for the long jump. We saw Yakubu Louis, who won the bronze medal in the triple jump, also coming for the long jump. But in the end, it's the traditional long jumpers who dominated, with South Africa's Muthembu Asandi winning the gold medal.
Just one more event remaining. Include the athletics leg of the African Games. It has been fabulous 5 days of competition with the crowning movement and the last event being the men's 4x400 meter relay. That's what we're just waiting for, and then we can call it an evening. It's been ridiculously competitive. Games record. We had one games record today in the women's 5,000 meters. 1,500 meters, I beg your pardon.
And it's also been the best day for the host nation. They started off the day with a half marathon gold, and I've ended the day with a high jump gold. And in between, they won the 200 meters gold medal as well. So,
yeah. A games record in the women's 1,500 from Ethiopia's Meru Mishasha.
Cadman has been mocked.
And at the moment, he's the star of the show. That is 2 gold medals for Ghana on the last day of the athletics, having won the 200 meter gold men. And Gina Bars completed the sprint double when she took the 200 meters for women.
Was there ever a doubt?
Never a doubt. In the end, Olaika Olajide of Nigeria made it a real contest.
Yeah.
And Gina Bars only won that by 500th of a second. The women's shot put final concluded with Erasmus Ashley of South Africa picking the gold medal. Olatoye Oisade of Nigeria getting the silver, and Senecal Ishke of South Africa picking the bronze medal in that process. The day started with another goal for South Africa in the women's 400 meter hurdle. Joseph Rogel, 55.39 in the end. But Noura Enadi with an impressive come from behind race to secure the silver. The medal ceremony for the men's long jump. Yasser Triki.
And
yeah, and that's the gold medal for Ntembu being handed to him. Asante Ntembu by Beatrice Ayukoru, the World Athletics Council member from Uganda.
And, what a moment it is for the young star.
That is the Vice Chancellor of this university.
At just 19 years, he turns 20 on the 4th of June, 2004, and he's standing on top of the world as far as long jump on the continent is concerned.
So congratulations, Cnt'd of South Africa, gold medal in the men's long jump.
Not so tricky. Yasser Mohammed of Algeria wins the silver, and Cameroon's Apollinaire Yina, who won the bronze. He's full of smiles. He
Look
can't
at
stop
Yasser
smiling.
Tricky. He's not happy.
No, he's not.
It's his title.
He got beat by a 19-year-old. He's not happy about it. But what a future this young man from South Africa, Asande Mutembu, has in front of him.
So,
Oh, I mean, yeah, the Algerian just quickly takes the medal from around his neck. He's really upset about losing.
Yasser Tricky, the defending champion, not happy that his title has been snatched from him by a 19-year-old. Certainly not pleasant to lose your title.
Yeah.
It's even worse to lose to a teenager who will not shut up about it.
So watch out for Azande Mtembo and what he's capable of doing on the African continent and the global level as well with that jump. He's just grinning from ear to ear like a Cheshire cat.
Do stay with us because we have one more event remaining. So I think we'll have one more medal ceremony before the final of the men's 4x400 meter relay.
And this is the medal ceremony for the women's 1500 meter race,
Which was won by Michelle Shah with a new games record.
She was pushed all the way, but in the end, she was just too good and had that extra wind that the others did not have. So it's an Ethiopian 1-2 with Kenya having to settle for the bronze. Although just a few minutes later, there was sweet revenge for the Kenyans who took gold and bronze in the men's 1500 with the Ethiopians taking the silver. It's been a fascinating battle between these two nations. And I always say that that battle here is a global battle because at that level, they are the two strongest nations.
Absolutely. The current world record holder, Faith Kipyegon, set 3 world records last year.
Faith. From another world.
1500, the mile, and 5,000. The 5,000 record was snatched from her towards the end of last year, but she still holds 2 world records.
And there's still a lot of athletics and a lot of running to be done in 2024 in the run-up to the Olympic Games in Paris.
Absolutely. So that's the Howie Abera, 4:06:09. Even her time is faster than the previous games record by Burka of Ethiopia, set back in 2007. That was a mighty 17 years ago. So the one that finished second and the one that finished third all beat the previous mark.
Just shows you, especially in the last 150 meters of the race, just how quick these women were. And it was all because they were pushing each other. The Ethiopians had a 1-2-3 at the beginning. Kenyan managed to break through, but just could not, in the end, break into gold or silver position, settling for that bronze medal. Congratulations to these Ethiopian women. And, you know, all along, they've had the support of their teammates who have turned out when they are not competing to push them all. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the national anthem of Ethiopia.
And the national anthem of Ethiopia is for Hairut Meshasha, winner of the 1500-meter gold medal with a games record 4:05.71. The silver medal winner, Hawi Abera, and the bronze medal winner, Mary Ekuru from Kenya, all finished with a time faster than the previous game record, which had stood for 17 years. That was the enormity of the race that produced this absolutely blistering pace was how they run this 1500-meter event. I think we might have the medal ceremony as well for the 1500-meter men before that 4x400 meters mixed, well, for 4x4 men. They still have about 3 more medal ceremonies to go. There is the medal ceremony for the men's high jump has yet to happen, the medal ceremony. But the relay team is out, so I'm guessing that that medal ceremony or those medal ceremonies would happen after the final race of the evening.
It seems
or
so.
they will be asked to wait on the track for the ceremony, which has happened a few times.
It has.
And this is the lineup. Ethiopia, Algeria, Nigeria, Botswana, Zambia, Kenya, Senegal, and Zimbabwe. It's a full track for this event, unlike the women.
So there are no redraws. Ethiopia will start in lane 1, Algeria in lane 2, Nigeria, the favorite, in lane 3. Botswana, watch out for them in lane 4. Zambia in lane 5, Kenya in lane 6, Senegal in lane 7, and Zimbabwe in lane 8. Botswana will be eager to correct the errors from the women's 4x400 meters. Well, looks like they'll make the 4x400 quartet teams wait just a little longer whilst they prepare.
For a few more medal ceremonies,
yeah.
Just calling the winners of the javelin throw for men. Well,
looks like they're going to compress the medal ceremonies.
Absolutely.
And have back-to-back medal ceremonies. So
they still have quite a few outstanding. There's also the women's shot put, men's high jump, men's 1500 meters,
that's just
women's 4x4.
Yep.
So there's
that's just how packed today was.
Yeah, the organizers are struggling to keep up with the medal ceremonies.
And, you know, they would want to do them whilst they still have an almost full stadium and people
Absolutely.
paying attention.
Because the moment this race is done, people are going to start leaving because this is the last race of the evening.
Well, they might people will still wait for Evans Cadman's
To
gold
take his
medal
medal.
presentation, and
And-
especially the home supporters here at the University of Ghana and the Ghanaians, they would want to hear one more Ghanaian medal before the night is over. Unfortunately, Ghana is not in the 4x400 meters men's race,
Yeah.
and that's something that perhaps Ghana Athletics has some work to do on, in terms of putting together a team of 400s
They did
who can
put
compete
together
at
a
this
team.
level.
They did put together a team, just had to withdraw because they just had a few issues here and there. Maybe not confident in the abilities of a team, or maybe an injury here and there.
Yeah.
But in the list that they released, they did put a team together for the relay. They did put a team together for the mixed 4x4, didn't make the final.
And we've seen that with a lot of the did not starts. When a team has, let's say, a fixed number of 4, the moment something happens, one of the athletes or one of them does not feel comfortable enough anatomically to take place in it, it affects the whole team. And that's where the likes of Nigeria and Botswana come in, but because they have always had strength in depth and can always summon an additional athlete who is not part of the starting team. In fact, they can even afford, when it is that other athletes have competing events, to stay some of them or to have them sit and rest until such a time as they can recover for the finals when they qualify. And here's the Algerian runner who'll be running the first leg, Botswana.
That's Hamouni Anas Es Sadiq. Nigeria have drafted in, and they are the big favorites in this event. Nigeria, by the way.
Yeah.
Botswana and Zambia are the others that I believe would medal once again.
Zambia were huge surprise in the women's event. Can they do the same in the men's event?
I'm not going to stay away from predicting this time around. So certainly they will end up in the podium. But Kenya have also fielded a team for the 4x4. And this is the javelin throw. The winner is Nigeria.
And I love what I'm seeing, because the quartet team have stopped right where they were and are singing the national anthem of Nigeria, which is playing now in the background.
Another gold, another national anthem of Nigeria, this time in the men's javelin throw. So, congratulations to Nigeria.
And the great man had to settle for silver. Julius
Yego
of Kenya.
We are ready for the final of the men's 4x400 meter relay. And off they go. There's no turning back here. Nigeria are the big favorites. Running the opening leg for them is Ojeli Ifeanyi out in lane 3. But the Zambians and Botswana running right next to them in lane 4 and 5 are running very well. The Kenyan that has gone up very strongly indeed. Wiseman Mukobe is not messing around in that opening leg. Wiseman Kobe negotiating the bend here. He's run a great curve. He's come onto the straight in the lead. Wiseman Kobe is running strongly. What a first leg from the Kenyan. And already Kenya look like they are in the lead. And he would hand over to Sania Caprante. Caprante is taking off, but he's been quickly caught by the Zambians and the Botswana. Running for Botswana right now is Lungo Scotch. Lungo Scotch is in the lead, but only slightly ahead of Zambia's David Mulenga. But look at the Kenyan. Caprante is coming back very strongly. Is Kipingetich. Kipingetich in third position, but Botswana still leading. This is going to be a frantic end to this second leg. It's Kipingetich.
He's got a fiery finish. He was a medalist in the 400 meters.
Against Kennedy Luchembe. But it's Botswana's second leg runner, Scotch Lungo, who has handed the baton out to the third leg runner. This time around is Ndori Bayapo. Ndori Bayapo against the Zambian third leg runner, David Mulenga. This is going to be some fascinating race to the end. Look at the Nigerians as well. At the moment, Nigeria is in 4th place. It is not looking good for them. Oh, the Zambians are taking the lead. David Mulenga has taken the initiative, being pursued by Ndori Bayapo.
And these two are pulling away from the rest
and
of the
they're peeling away from the rest of the park. Except Bayapo is running strongly.
Oh,
look at him.
back.
He's overtaking the Zambian. And Mulenga is in trouble. Bayapo will hand over to Patrick Nyambe in the lead. Nyambe versus Samukonga. But it's Cnt'd Anthony of Nigeria, the individual 400-meter winner, who is running this leg for Nigeria. He got the gold in the individual event. Currently in third position. Can he run down those first two? Is Samukonga of Zambia right behind Botswana's Patrick Nyambe. This is going to be some fascinating finish to the end. But watch out for Senegal's Ndlovu as well. He's running really strong. Sheikh Tidiane also make the 400-meter final. But they're coming on today. The home straight. Samukonga against Nyambe. Samukonga overtakes Nyambe. It's Samukonga and it's gold for Zambia. Nigeria gets the bronze right on the line yet again. Botswana are pipped, and it's been the story of these championships. It happened in the mixed 4x4. It happened in the women's 4x4. It's happened again in the men's 4x4. And Botswana would be cursing their stars. They had it, almost had it, but Samukonga burned his heart. It's unbelievable.
It came down to individual brilliance. We knew Samukonga had the finish. Look at him gritting his teeth, arms swinging back and forth, and he overwhelmed the athletes from Botswana who had nothing left in the tank. And that's why trying and gritting and trying, the Zambians just had too much. And the Zambians have been the surprise package of the 4x400 meters race. It was neck and neck, shoulder to shoulder. But the Botswana athletes simply ran out of steam.
He just couldn't keep it up. And look at that, at the finish line, celebration for Samukonga, disintegration for Bayapo. It's absolutely ridiculous the way this has ended. It is a befitting end.
Yeah.
Just like this competition started, with drama aplenty, is ended with the most and in the most dramatic fashion. Zambia with their very first goal with a new games record, 2:59.12. It had to take something special to win a race with Zambia, with Botswana, with Nigeria, with Senegal, all running brilliantly. And my word, a new games record.
I'm happy you dodged the invitation to predict, because the Nigerians were the odds-on favorite to win. But in the end, the Zambians, with the individual brilliance of Samukonga, had just too much for Botswana. And you don't have to wonder how Botswana will be feeling, having been overwhelmed on the line in 3 straight events. The 4x400 mixed relay, the 4x400 women's event, where they looked like they had done just enough to claim the gold medal, only to be usurped by Samukonga. But what a race from the young man. What a race from the young man. It's a games record.
Brilliant racing with a new games record, snatching the record from Kenya.
It's quite fitting.
Which they set back in 2015. Ridiculous racing.
And this was one of the most dramatic events this evening. One that finished with a Ghanaian on top of the podium. Benjamin Links will take the bronze medal. And the explanation is that he finished